Hey folks, today we're gonna go over some game strategy at the X. Too often, we see teams come back at the end of the game with crucial face-off wins and short time left on the clock. If you're the FOGO for the winning team, it's my firm belief that mental preparedness for the situation can prevent the other team from gaining extra possessions and clawing their way back. Just like a football team practices for every possible game situation, so should a face-off guy, because your approach to a face-off when you are down by one with 10 seconds left or up by one with 10 seconds left has to be different. And if you don't think about your strategy ahead of time, you may not be able to adjust quickly enough in a real game situation. So let's first take a look at the Virginia versus Maryland National Championship game in 2021. This matchup showcased an outstanding face-off battle between Luke Weirman and PD LaSala. With just over 10 seconds left in the game, Maryland found themselves down by one. Incredibly, Luke Weirman wins a ball forward for Maryland off of the faceoff and takes a shot with plenty of time left in the clock. The goalie makes a big save, but this could have easily gone in Maryland's favor. So how did Weirman get this opportunity? In my opinion, PD went into this faceoff with a very offensive mindset. You can see he goes for the pinch and pop forward, thinking he won the clamp. The problem I think there is with this strategy is that Virginia did not need possession to win this game. With 10 seconds left, a strong defensive posture could run the clock out. Not saying that Virginia should concede the faceoff completely, but that LaSala's initial move could either be to seek a defensive exit or to counter right off the bat. If it was me, I think I would immediately go into the shovel counter, trying to lift the opponent's hands off of the ball and to create a ground ball scrum. Even if LaSala does try to clamp, pursuing a backwards exit would ensure that he doesn't end up flying forward and allowing an easy fast break if he doesn't secure the clamp. Here's a similar situation during a game last season between Cornell and Syracuse, where Cornell is up by one with 10 seconds left. In this situation, the Cornell Fogo does take a more defensive approach than in our last clip. He steps across in a shovel counter position and cuts off the fast break, as you can see here. In fact, I think Cornell put themselves in a position to stop this shot at the end of the day. One adjustment you might consider in this situation is locking off the wingman on the pull side. So over here. Most Fogos, if they push it out to their wings, like to get it out to the pull side, which is their butt end side. So digging it out to the opponent's left. So if you have a fast pull that can drop in and cut off the fast break from the opposing wing, you can shut off the pull side outlet and make the Fogo struggle to handle the ball himself. But in this case, they leave the pull side wing open, which allows them to easily pick up the ball, gain possession, and run it down the field for a game tying shot. Now let's take a look at a situation with more time. In this game between Siena and Manhattan from last year, Siena finds themselves down by two with about 45 seconds left. In this face-off, the Manhattan player also takes a defensive approach by stepping to the right to cut off the fast break. However, he pulls his hands back immediately and never gets up under the opponent's stick to hit the shovel counter. So we'll show that right here. The Manhattan player is going to immediately bring his body and step to the right, but you can see he draws his hands back first. And because of that, he never gets it up under the stick in time. You can see they come back first, and then he pushes them forward to try and hit that counter. Because of that, it is a really easy backwards exit into a possession for the opponent. While he did a good job of stopping a fast break, there is still enough time on the clock for quick goals off of easy possessions, which makes entirely conceding possession in this situation a dangerous tactic. So, it might be more beneficial in a situation such as this to fight a bit for possession by getting your hands involved in the counter, as opposed to solely blocking the fast break with your body. Lastly, let's look at the Penn vs. Yale quarterfinal game in 2019. With 4.4 seconds left, the game is now tied. So in this instance, both teams could benefit from a fast break look. For that reason, the Penn Fogo Gallagher tries to rake the ball out forward. As you can see here, he comes in, tries to rake it forward, and ends up past the line as TD Erling goes in for a fast break. However, it looks like TD Erlin just barely runs out of time before he can get the shot off anyway. So in this situation, I think you have to be aware that when you're under 5 seconds, even with a clean face-off win, it's going to be tough to get a shot off. But it's not like the chances as slim as when there's only 1 second left. So if you are going to sell out and try to rake the ball forward, you have to be positive that you have control of the clamp. Otherwise, running forward past the opponent can give your opponent a clear line to the cage, like you see here. So that's all I want to go over for today. Hope that this is helpful in getting your mind ready for game time situations. And please let me know what you think of this and what else you'd like to see in the future.